Hello Cancer, and welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new, remember to hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate when you hit that like button, comment and subscribe. It really supports the channel and it's what keeps the channel going, so thank you very much. Now Cancer, we're going to do a reading for Cancer Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the February 2020. Now, what have we got going on for you this month? Please take what resonates, and what doesn't is for someone else. But we're going to look at the overall energies. We're going to do some reading, some channeling of some messages and some validation for you. And roles can be vice versa. It could be you or someone around you, and the cards are not gender specific. If it's a queen, it can mean male or female, okay? I'm not a traditional tarot reader. Sometimes I do read them traditionally, and most of the time I channel through my information. So Cancer, you've got on the 8th of February, we've got Venus into your 10th house. So the Venus beautifies, okay? It brings harmony and peace and beauty and luxury and the finer things of life. Like Venus likes to make everything love and beautiful. So this love of life, love of love into and around your, in your energy, okay? In a meaning of that would be, you know, the love of my work, the love of a person, the love of my home, I love doing these things, and tries to beautify as well and harmonize. So really good there, and it's hitting your finances as well. Now for a lot of you Cancer, it's actually going to hit into your work and career. Some of you may be getting a promotion. So that will be lovely, or a bonus. And so a lot of you will be looking though at where do you enjoy your work, or do you enjoy your work? Because Venus really comes in and you want that feeling. Okay, so whether you have it or not, you want that feeling, and it brings that feeling in. So if you were in a job or a career or situation where you didn't feel like that, you may want to look into where you can beautify or bring that love or enjoyment. It's more about enjoyment into what you do, into your home, or into your career, okay? So, but for many of you, the big theme is new beginnings. Now, new beginnings can be a brand new job or career path, but it also can be doing things differently, because we do have that Saturn-Pluto conjunction energy from the 10th of Jan right through, and it's going to come right through to the year, breaking down old order, the old way we do things, the old structures. And it's the breakdown of patriarchy, hierarchy, government, leaderships, how things have always been done. So, you know, new beginnings at work can be doing your work a whole different way, or a whole new way here. And we've got Pluto bringing up all of our shadow and the underworld and corruption, or where things are not right, and, you know, trying to transform us. So that's what the Pluto-Saturn conjunction is doing. Now, the Pluto part will go through 2020 into 2024, transforming and bringing up the hidden, bringing up the shadow, bringing up the corruption, or whatever, or the, you know, the more troublesome areas that we need to look at. But the good thing about Saturn and Pluto is it's great if you've worked hard. It's great, you know, you'll get your reward. Saturn likes hard work, things done properly, master it. Oh, here's a big gift, here's a big reward. So, you know, there's your new beginning as well. So remember that the hard work does pay off, with Saturn. Okay, he's the teacher, the master, and Pluto there. But let's get back to you. It's good vibes. The start of the month, good. You're going to have a lot of great ideas, epiphanies, genius ideas, revelations come. And these are all going to be about, how do I make my work more enjoyable? How do I make my life more enjoyable? How do I enjoy this? How do I bring that fun and enjoyment back in? Followed by the 9th of February, we've got the full moon. And that's back in your money house, shining a big shiny light. Leo full moons, the sun represents the sun, the heart. Leo shines, brings that light in and lights up and shines your area of your money house. So some of you if you've been working on a project for a while, it's coming into fruition, full circle, completion. Remember, full moons are about completion or reaping the fruits of your labor. Okay, sometimes around full moon secrets can come up, so we close out a cycle. It's a letting go, it's a changing and an ending. It's what we need to complete, end, or change. But the Leo full moon is going to light up your money, definitely, and a project coming to fruition or ahead. So if it was a more shadowy side, if you've been working on something at work or there's a money issue, it is going to come to a head. The change is going to happen. Whether you have to let it go, change it, restructure it, whatever it is, it's coming to a head. And you will make changes. You will make changes in your finances or around your finances. It's a lot of financial stuff for you this month. Okay, Cancer. And sometimes full moons shine, and with that Leo shining its big bright light, it's all about confidence and courage and putting yourself out there and shining your light to the world. It is shining more on your finances here, and maybe what you're not looking at, what you know, full moons can light up what we don't want to see or don't want to deal with our finances. And also it can be about your gifts and talents with that Leo full moon. What are you hiding? What gifts and talents are you hiding, particularly if it's a gift or talent that can generate some income for you? Time to bring it out. Leo will give you the confidence to bring it out. Okay, that Leo full moon. So, time to, if that was the case, the full moon will close out you hiding, and you will have to come out with a gift or a talent, particularly if it's something to do with your work skills or talents. So that's very interesting. Just remember though, the 17th of February through to the 10th of March, we have Mercury retrograde. We can have communication mishaps. It's not clear with communication. Technology issues. So if you rely on computer or technology or your phone for work or an important meeting scheduled, remember Mercury retrograde will play with this stuff, but it's about completing something that's, or you can complete a project that's already in progress. If it hasn't been like past, or you've been already working on it for a while, or it keeps coming back, then we wait till after Mercury retrograde to launch anything new or to sign any new contracts. But Mercury retrograde does give you the opportunity to review your work contract, review something you agreed to, take something back you published and rejig it, rewrite it. So Mercury retrograde is a positive thing. We just don't tend to launch new, okay? I just heard somebody say, but what if you have to sign something? If you have to sign something new in a Mercury retrograde and it's falling in that, it is an issue that needs to be completed, but just go over the fine detail. Just make sure you read it thoroughly, okay? Or put a little clause in there that this is to be reviewed in 6 months or 3 months or something like that, okay? So, you know, there's always ways around things. But it's just be careful, because the communication lines are going back. So some people buy something in Mercury retrograde and keep your receipt because you may want to take it back, or you might buy that little something that you realize you didn't use or you didn't really need, okay, or it was the wrong one. So lots of times in Mercury retrograde we'll send something back if we bought it online. I've heard a lot of people complain about that. So excuse me. So that's the Mercury retrograde. And just around that time, the 17th, you have Mars coming into your 7th house. This is an ongoing thing for you all year, because 2019 was all about closing out karmic cycles, patterns, beliefs, we function in or live under, and we're, 2020 saying, right, are we setting a new foundation here, or are we going to keep going over? We're reinventing and setting a new foundation for 2020, or we're going to keep learning the karmic lesson. That's about, have you done your work or not? What are you throwing out? What are you keeping? What have you completed and learned in your karmic cycle? 2020 is about, you're sort of saying, I want to go on this path and I want to learn these karmic lessons and cycles. So we really need to be doing our work here. And the reason I'm saying this, because Mars is giving you the motivation and the push forward to look at or take action in your relationships. Again, this theme's been going on for all year for you, and it is going to continue for the next few years. And you really have to look at, Cancer, how you are behaving in relationships. Now, are you doing all the work? Are you the fixer, the doer? And it could be vice versa. It could be you sitting back too much, or putting up with too much, or not putting up with enough. Like, I don't know. You will work it out. But there is this overall theme where the universe, and particularly Mars in the 7th house, is going to bring up or make heightened, put energy behind you to force you to look at how you're behaving in relationships. And you're going to look at what you're doing, and you're going to also notice what others are doing. And, Mars, it's not aggression, but Mars gives us that energy, that fight, that force, that motivation, that extra bit of fuel to kind of maybe deal with it, or come out of your shell, or stand up for yourself if you need to. It can be the opposite. It could be you not doing enough in a relationship. But generally, Cancer's the home and the family. You want to keep everybody happy, and maybe you might be giving too much, who's giving back to you? You put where it fits, but this is the energy that's going to come up, and you've got it for the next few years. The focus is on old patterns still happening for you in relationships. And if things are not working the way you want them to in a relationship, then you need to look at what you're doing in a relationship and what others are doing, and how is that balanced, okay? Then we hit the 23rd, the new moon. It's in your ninth house. So travel, trips, spontaneous ideas. If you're publishing or writing or wanting to put something out, beautiful new moon to do that. And that's actually falling in the house for you for publishing something, writing something, a blog, a YouTube channel, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. An article, a paper, a study paper, whatever it is. I don't know, that new moon's got some great energy behind it. You're kind of got that Mars energy, the go for it, the spontaneity, and a lot of you, Cancer, in that new moon will be activated on a spiritual level. More wisdom's coming through, or you're going to hit a level of a new heightened level of wisdom, and a lot of you will have someone come into your life who gives wisdom. So listen, we don't have to take on, but please listen, particularly if someone around you has great wisdom, or great wisdom in what they do, or their life, or their journey, or their experience, because somebody wants to come in here. It's activating your spiritual, or it's connected to your spiritual center or alignment, or meant to come into your life. And this person is going to inspire you. Okay, so just listen. Yeah, look at this. Taking action in your relationships, your home, your family, your relationships, your love, the loyalty, the healing, the giving. Is it balance? Passion, taking action. So you need to take action positively or negatively. And what I mean by that is taking action, like, is it time to stand up and, be positive about it? Or if you're going to take that action, please be, and you've got that drive behind you, do it positively, okay? So we'll shuffle some cards here Please take what resonates, what doesn't is not for you. I am talking to Cancer as a collective, so I usually have to read these cards for a few different groups. So just take the message that resonates with you or for you. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. Remember to read your moon or rising or ascendant sign. Rising and ascendant's the same. If you feel a reading does not resonate with you, trust your intuition this month, Cancer. This is about emotion, not up in the head. It's emotion. This queen here, the Queen of Cups, King, Queen of Cups, a gender, not gender specific, just an energy. Yep, anywhere and everywhere, it's not balanced. So they want you to really go into your intuition, take a step back, get out of your head and the doing, and get into your emotion and emotional connection. And where is life not balanced? Where are your relationships or your emotional connections not balanced? The Justice card upside down. So I'm going to actually read. Definitely receiving new job offer, money, financial gain, maybe someone with wisdom or can give to others because they're already in that position. So definitely receiving of money and abundance and finances here. Work and career. Death and rebirth around that full moon. So around that full moon, that Leo full moon, you have got this energy, this passion, this drive. You will be calling someone or something out. Something will be coming to a head. You'll be making a decision. I believe the full moon will be shining a light on something and you will make changes because you've made a decision or something's come to a head. And you'll know where that fits in your life. It could be your career, your job, your relationship, whatever it is. Okay? And that brings your death, rebirth, and transformation. Breaking through new old structures. Breaking through limits and barriers that you haven't been able to break through before. Going another level in your spirituality or your wisdom or your perspective because you mastered a cycle. Look at this. But the new moon on the 9th. You have mastered. You have the potential, the possibility this month, Cancer, to master a cycle. Have new beginnings in finances, your money, new beginnings there. Balance out some injustice or, not injustice, just balance out relationships or emotional issues. You're going to have the passion and the drive here. You're closing something out, which brings a death and rebirth. That's amazing energy. And you mastered it. And look, someone does not like it. Someone doesn't. Something does not like it. They may act immaturely, or everything you're saying or doing, they're reacting to. It's an attack on them, which is somebody saying, I don't want you to change. I like it how it is. If you change it, I get affected, So this person's not reacting very well to you really going inward and connecting to you. Okay, and this can be someone very spiritual, great wisdom, inner wisdom as well, coming into your life at the end of the month there. But it's the mastery, yeah. Everywhere you haven't wanted to see or look, or you felt blocked or stuck or haven't had all the information with I think this is emotional connection, more like a relationship, and your emotions, trusting your intuition. Anywhere or you haven't been listening to your intuition, or trusting those emotional cycles, you've been up in your head more, very fast this month. Oh, wow. It will be revealed and transformed around or come to a head at that full moon. But just before that full moon, look at the new beginning, the money, the abundance, the finances, the strength card, the Leo card, the Sun card. Amazing. A lot of success around your money and finances, Cancer. Long-term security and stability, you're going for it. And I think that's either emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, but this is hard work. This is putting in the work, putting in the thought, putting in the study, putting in for long-term future. And what brings you long-term? Yep. Death and rebirth definitely has to happen for you, Cancer, in your relationships. Whether it's a current one, whether it's a new one coming in, there's a new you, there's a new system, there's a new way of being. There's death and rebirth here. For current relationships, I think if you're in one now, there needs to be death and rebirth. There needs to be a rebalance then of who's doing what or how you're doing it, all right? Or the emotional give and take. It needs to be rebirth, death and rebirth. Or you will move beyond it. You will break free or break through the structures and limitations. For someone new, for somebody single meeting a soulmate or a lover or wanting that in, there's a new you there, Cancer. You're doing relationships a new way. Wow. High Priestess and the King of Swords. So you are taking action and you're in your mastery. You're in your intuition. You're trusting your intuition. You've completed a cycle there, and that's given you the confidence to move forward from anything that is not... if you look at this card, this person's being reactive. Everything they're saying, they're being defensive. It's a page. The page is immaturity. It's someone who's not growing. It's someone who reacts to everything. It's someone who has an issue about everything, or always has an issue or a drama, to me, for this card. And look at you with your focus and forward. You're moving forward. They can come with you, but you're not putting up with this. You've grown. I think it's you that's grown, Cancer, this month. Because you are closing, you're going inward, and you're not putting up with anything that brings you down, anything that's making you depressed, anything that's suppressing you, anything that's negative. You are done here. This person is done. Not like the other card where it's a completion of a cycle. This is you energetically done. And you're going to go very inward and get your light and your power back this month. I can see that. So there's a message there for a few of you, because there's a whole new cycle coming in, a whole new journey, a whole new path, a whole new road, whether that's your career or your relationship. The Fool cards, completion of a cycle. They're ready for adventure. He's ready for a new path. He's ready for a whole new scenery. He's never been on it before. He's not worried, even though he's scared and he feels like he's jumping off a big high cliff to do it. The dog's there with loyalty, faith, trust. He's not worried about it. He's ready for it. He's like, bring on the new adventure. Bring on the new way past this. I'm sick of struggle. I'm sick of feeling this. I'm sick of feeling up and down. And that's why we've got death and rebirth in your relationships, whether they're lovers, friends, groups, associations. The universe is trying to offer you more abundance, or a new job, or a new beginning there in your work and your career, or bringing it so that into your mind, your ideas, your genius, your thoughts, so that you can move forward to a new beginning. You're taking the reins back this month, Cancer. You're driving the chariot. You're in full control of the chariot, and you have closed out a cycle. So that's powerful. And I don't feel you've got any choice. The Hanged Man means you have to do this. You have to face this. And you're going to go through this for the next few years. So you might as well be facing it now, okay? Because, ultimately, they're only trying to take you towards the Ten of Cups. Absolute contentment and happiness. Someone who's working with you and for you equally. They're holding each other equally. Their arms are raised up in that... rainbow, both contributing. Not one doing more than the other, or vice versa. And this is where the universe wants you to go. Keep moving towards this. Keep wanting this. This is where we're trying to take you. This is where we're trying to transform you in relationships, or get you to the right relationship. It's very important for you, Cancer, to sit back and watch the children happily and take care of everybody. The Emperor takes care of the whole kingdom, and he sits back and he's enjoying, he's watching everyone enjoy the moment, everyone enjoying in the moment. This is you, Cancer. This is the true you. This is how you function. But in all relationships, we have to have balance. So there's got to be a change in the emotional balance within your relationships. So if that message is more towards No, it can be I was going to say it's more towards the more of the givers or the ones that are doing more. But no, even if you're sitting back, you needed that message as well. If you want the happy home, the Ten of Cups, it's an equal. It's all about balance. It's all about helping each other equally and making sure each other are supported and happy and both contributing. So there it is, Cancer. It's a big month. I will put up, and look at you. Look at you. I keep pulling it. Yes, you might have a tower moment, but you're making a decision this month and you are moving forward. And there it is. So there's your reading for the month of February, Cancer. I hope this helps you out throughout the month. Remember to hit that like button for me. And also I will put up the full moon report in a few days. So that will also add to your information for your reading. Thank you for your support and we'll see you next month, Cancer.